Barrett, the preceding man on the floor for the East Germans, would get a 9-7-0. What they did in the argument, they took the low score and the head judge's score, and it came out 9-8-0. Or 9-7-0, not 9-8-0. Now, if we have you sufficiently confused, they'll total up the teams in this third rotation. And here are the scores. Soviet Union, 0.7 of a point lead over East Germany after 3 rotations. 3 more to go. Bulgaria stays in third. Japan fourth. Romania and Hungary complete the top 6. For East Germany on the pommel horse.
Boy, this is a nice looking swing. He's very high above the horse with his hips. Good work on the scissor travel up to the middle. A little bit of a knee bend there on the pickup as he got back into it. Oh, and he completely falls off the backside on a very easy move, a care in.
Well, that has to be 0.5 of a point.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of score they come up with now, because he gave away a major deduction. We'll be interested to see if they take it.
So Wecker, very young at 18, has done a solid job through 3 rotations, has trouble on the pommel horse, and through 3 rotations, the Soviet Union still with a 0.7 of a point lead. And the East Germans right on their heels thanks to some generous scoring tonight. Bulgaria, Japan, Romania, and Hungary completing the top 6. If you're going to win a team medal, you have to be in the top 6 going into the optional rounds. And let's compare Soviet Union with the American team that won the team gold in '84. Look down at the second set of numbers. 147.85 for the U.S. Actually better by 0.2 of a point. I didn't realize you guys were that good.
Thank you, Dick. It's kind of comforting, actually, to see that our score still stands pretty strong.
Andreas Wecker waiting for the score. The first major mistake made by the East Germans, and it comes early in the 4th rotation. And now we'll see how they sort it out. It's got to at least be around a 9-3.
Yeah, of course, as you mentioned, in all of the competitions here, the team event, the gymnasts, there are 6 gymnasts on each team that perform. They count the best 5 scores. So assuming there are no other mistakes, East Germany will still have 5 strong scores on the horse, and they can drop the score whatever they get.
And there's how they saw it. Hungary an 8-9. They throw that out. They throw out the 9-2. Bulgaria 9-05 for Wecker. Sven Tippelt.
Good work on the scissors. That's a scissor hop half turn. Move called a backmore downhill. There's the care in. He's very quick with his swing. I like his style, actually. It's not the long, fluid swing that you might see from a Belozerchev. Even though he is shorter, because he's shorter, he swings so much quicker. His circles do move at a really fast pace. But his style is sharp. His form is so exact. It really is impressive.
You see the showmanship of the East Germans. They come back congratulating like they all got perfect 10s. They're using every influence they can.
These are called scissors. It's the single leg work, and you can see he does a half turn on the second scissor, picks up into circles. That's the behind the back more travel to the end.
A 9.80 for Tippelt.
And of course, from the care in, he's going to travel down to the end. He really does look good here. There's an inside loop with an inside half turn.
Bronze medal winner Tippelt in the '87 World Championships in the parallel bars. And there is consistency in scoring. 9.80. Koichi Mitsushima last up for the Japanese on the horizontal bar.
Oh, he's a little flat on his handstands. Really, he's not challenging the top positions at all. In fact, every handstand, he is a little short or he pulls it completely over the bar. Now, he has a really nice style and rhythm, but he really isn't challenging the handstands, and he's not taking any risks Riskus?
Well, maybe that's how they say it. Well, I'll tell you what, he let it fly on the dismount, and when you hit it that cleanly, you leave a good last impression with the judges, don't you?
That's the most important thing about sticking the landing, because it is the last thing the judges see. If you really nail it, you really sell your exercise, as we've been seeing all these gymnasts perform with that kind of style and that kind of confidence in this session. See, he went way over in the handstand. He pulled this one. This is actually not bad. This one is flat. See, he's not all the way up to the top. The next one will be flat. He does not make the handstands. This, of course, was the best part of the exercise, and he does a really nice high full twist
and
to
earns
a perfect landing.
9.85.
Once again, the score, Dick, is just too high, because although the exercise finished on a positive note, he didn't challenge the handstands enough to really justify a score that high.
Brazil gave him a 9.7, but 2 9.9s from Sweden and Taipei.
87 World Gymnastics Championships here on the vault, and he tied with Lo Yun from China.
He had a perfect 10 in Rotterdam.
He's going for the stick. He can't do it either. In fact, I have to admit, the gymnasts are really juiced. They are really having a great competition. They're having a good time. And in a way, they're kind of overdoing things.
We had tremendous height, though, and distance off the course, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, it was very exciting. And in contrast to what happened to Li Ning, who sat down his vault, Li Ning tried to stick his vault by opening up too early. Kroll had tremendous height. Nice extension in the opening. He opened up just a hair late, and of course, that's the reason why he took a step. But otherwise, a very impressive vault.
So Kroll, best scores for these Germans, 9.80 on the vault. And Kroll has completed the competition for the East Germans in this compulsory round. The final rotation now complete for them. The Japanese continue on the pommel horse. He's still waiting. Is Kroll. You count that a 10th or more than a 10th. He took a big step and then a little bobble.
Well, it's been so hard to figure scores here. Anyway, Dick, I think one small step is normally 1/10 of a point deduction. If it's a large step, or if he bobbles around, it's perhaps 2/10. And of course, the judges compromised, because some took 1 and some took 2. And of course, the average 9.85.
Koichi Mitsushima for Japan, and they're solidly in third. They've had a big night. We've talked more about these Germans, but the Japanese have benefited as well.
This is a nice looking exercise, and different from the exercise we saw a moment ago. He swings clockwise and really shows tremendous amplitude on that scissor work when he traveled from the end up to the middle. This is a very good looking clean routine, very smooth. Nice dismount.
Koichi Mitsushima from Tokyo. He's 23, born in Osaka, last year's Japanese national champion.
Here's the backmore travel down. And of course, Mitsushima was 10th in the all-around in the Rotterdam World Championships. So he's a very complete gymnast. As you can see, he finishes up his pommel horse routine here with excellent amplitude on that half turn on the loop.
We're going to see a lot of cycling in these Olympics, and that ties in with speed skating in the Winter Games. Well, here's a man who uses cycling and speed skating to build up his legs for gymnastics, and he scores a big one, a 9.9 for Mitsushima. So the compulsory round now complete. The Soviet Union, as expected, much the best. They're more than 2 points ahead of these Germans. Japan, a solid third. China moves back up to fourth. They finished well in that second session. It shows now Bulgaria and Hungary round out the top 6. And the bottom 6, Romania, Canada, Italy, France, West Germany, United States. It was a combination. The U.S., we told you, starting in the first session, would not get good scores, and then they didn't compete well. That adds up to last amongst the 12 teams that qualified. Individually, the only man with a perfect 10, Artyomov, is on top. Bilazerchev, the defending world champion, is just 5/100ths of a point behind, and then Lyukin is in third. He's only 25 1/100ths of a point back. Tippold of East Germany. And Ikitani and Karakov, two 17-year-olds, are 5th and 6th, and they're still very much in the running for a possible individual medal. And that's to complete the business. We've been comparing the Soviets tonight with the U.S. that won the team gold 4 years ago. Oop, they move ahead by 0.4 of a point.
Dick, I used to like that comparison a lot more when it showed the Americans on top. However, the Soviets were really strong. And it's amazing to me that their scores held up from the earlier sessions, because the scores really went through the roof tonight. I think, though, that that is really the evidence of the strength of the Soviet program. They are so strong that they're going to be able to win under any circumstances.
And individually, I guess the story right now, the biggest surprise, just as it was in Rotterdam, no one knew who Dobre from Romania was. We had no biographical sketch. We have very little on Ikitani, who will be 18 during the competition.
And he looked like he was having such a great time. He was really performing well. He felt the comfort of being in the last session, and he really put together a great performance. Amazingly poised for just a 17-year-old young man. So
that's it for the men's compulsory. And, of course, the high-flying, exciting optionals will be 2 days away. And, well, tonight, the women's compulsories here at the gymnasium, the Olympic Gymnasium in Seoul, Korea.